Yo dudes, how's it going everybody? Welcome to the video, 8 thoughts, and we have a lot to talk about today with Modern Warfare. So let's not waste any time and roll that intro.
What is up, Drum Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into this.
So yes, a lot of news today for Modern Warfare to cover. We have new news on the microtransactions, which seems to be good news, but who could really trust Activision at this point? But I'm going to put some faith in Infinity Ward and believe what they're saying about the new microtransaction system that they're going to try to implement into Modern Warfare, even though Activision, I'm sure, is trying to do everything they can to make as much money. And also we have Spec Ops news, and even more importantly as well, which is great news for people like me and probably a lot of you that watch my videos, and maybe bad news for the dorks out there who just love to put TTV in their name. Infinity Ward doesn't seem to really care at all about esports, and in fact have completely and utterly neglected one of the major game modes of esports, and have gone on record as saying that they believe esports, just like I've been saying forever, and no wonder people in Infinity Ward like me, but I've been saying this forever, that esports has kind of sucked the fun out of Call of Duty. Alright, so first on the docket, let's deal with the title of this video and the microtransactions that are supposedly going to be in Infinity Ward, even though the Game Revolution, the leaker from England out there with the ginger fire red hair, can't trust redheads, come on guys, we can't trust redheads, has been saying that the microtransactions are going to be egregious, they're going to be like Black Ops 4, it's going to be horrible, and then Infinity Ward went on the defense, and Joe Emsley, who I personally know, not personally, but have a relationship sort of on YouTube and Twitter here with him, and he seems like a good guy, and he came out and said, stop believing the fake news, people looking for clout, etc., to paraphrase him. And then today they've also come out and actually dropped some real information about the microtransactions that are hopefully, if Activision doesn't change their mind on them, hopefully get implemented. Infinity Ward says they are focused on making a different microtransaction system in Modern Warfare. As the launch for Call of Duty Modern Warfare draws nearer, fans are still awaiting for official information from the studio as how to microtransactions and other in-game features will work for the title when it launches on October 25th. And I'll tell you what, this much there are players out there, man, like how it launches and what it actually ends up being can sometimes be two separate things, right? Like every Call of Duty launches with nothing really happening. The COD points are there, but you can't really use them. There's no battle pass. There's nothing to purchase in the microtransaction, sort of supply drop system. And then like they sort of start pushing in, just cosmetic things and variants, and then like after the Christmas big rush and they make a bunch of money, January, February is where they start dropping the proverbial Macho Man Randy Savage, ooh yeah, elbow of microtransactions on everybody, and that's usually how the system has been going for the last while. Infinity Ward's art director, who is Joel Emsley, who I know and seems like a good dude, his heart's in the right place, posted on Reddit a post called A Developer Point of View, where he asked fans to wait for official information versus believing half-baked rumors, which we've covered before, from some people in regards to supply drops and the microtransaction system in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Late on October 7th, he responded in that reply to a fan who was asking for clarity, and this is where we're getting to the title of this video, in regards to the microtransaction system. Fans have been saying that they don't want to see another Black Ops 4 style microtransaction system in Modern Warfare. Like, duh, like, no, we'd also don't want to get brain cancer, leukemia, and run over by a train. Like, duh, that's very obvious. No one wants Black Ops 4. Well, that's not true. People like Dismo, they look very similar. Korean Savage, those kind of dudes. I don't know, Green Gobbler, Goblin Kid, those kind of idiots. Raid Away, Activision, dorky, geeky shills. Those kids, they love this stuff. They love transaction, supply drops, even Chaos Sans or Hollow Point, all those guys, they love that stuff because it gives them content, they're rich, and they make more money, so it's like a cyclical thing going on there, right? Like, so if you're good, you got a lot of money, you spend $500 or $1,000 on, getting all the supply drops and all the pay-to-win guns and all that cool stuff, and then you make a video on it, but because you have such a large YouTube channel, and dumb kids out here will watch anything, they watch all these videos, and they make a bunch of ad revenue that, made more than they actually spent on the actual supplies drop, COD point, pay-to-win guns, right? So it's a win-win for them, really, and a lose-lose for us, because it just helps to popularize and make it look cool that, buying supply drops. So anyways, and Activision loves it because they get free advertising, or maybe not. Maybe they're getting free COD points, ooh.
Conspiracy theory, or they thought Activision is giving Call of Duty YouTubers free, supply drop COD points and giving them all the drop, increasing their drop rates.
Which has been proven already is true. We've already talked about that in other videos. So, it's not really conspiracy theory. It's kind of a fact that developers, anyways, we're getting off the random tangent. Stay on point here, 8 thoughts. You're like, ooh, squirrel. Emsley has replied saying that they're focused on making a different system in Modern Warfare. He also says the different system is one with a direct path to content for players. Thank you for the kind words about the effort we put into the game, and I'm sorry for such a delayed response. What I can say is that we are focused on making a different system for Modern Warfare, one with a direct path to content for players. The rumor is it's going to be how Infinite Warfare was. That's my guess. I mean, that would be the easiest, least amount of work for the developers to implement a system they've had before, which I imagine did make them a lot of money. I loved Infinite Warfare as far as like the supply drop system kind of went. Like, in hindsight back then, if you watch my old videos, I trashed it a lot because, you know what, it's sort of, you become used to, just getting, hosed, man, the lack of better words, to use a Canadian term. We get hosed so bad recently that now looks good in hindsight. Infinite Warfare and the salvage system and all the weapons, they had so many different variants, the Caber or whatever. It was awesome. I liked it, man. I really liked, the grinding out and trying to get the weapons and how much you could earn with salvage and actually buy and use in-game currency that you earn by playing the game to unlock weapons. I thought that was great. Like, you're giving me an incentive to earn points that I can spend on in-game currency to buy, guns instead of having to use real money, which you could use as well, I believe, if I'm not correct. It was so long ago I forget. But if they go to the Infinite Warfare, which in hindsight, back then sucked, but now, considering what we're dealing with now, if I ever get punched in the nose rather than getting hit in the face with the baseball bat, so to speak. So, you know what, like, if they do Infinite Warfare, anything's better than Black Ops 4. Like, honestly, anything's better than Black Ops 4. Kissing Drifter is better than Black Ops 4. Microtransactions. I mean, honestly, if you're watching Drifter, direct message me. I love you. All right, so the next news on the docket here, which is close to my heart and one that's got me super duper Cooper 360Y no scope, just happened to find a website with best friend Brockman, $6,000 CSGO excited. Is that Modern Warfare and Infinity Ward in particular doesn't look like they're too pumped on the esports scene and what it's done to Call of Duty, which I've been saying for a long time, and a lot of you watching this video have been agreeing with me for a long time. And it's about time a developer says that, instead of David Vonderhaar over there just, kissing the butts of the Call of Duty Esports group. Vonderhaar is like the biggest freaking fan of esports, and honestly, I believe he has led to one of the downfalls of Call of Duty. Honestly, as much as they've done well, I believe Vonderhaar has done a lot of damage to the casual fan base of Call of Duty, which is honestly the majority of people who buy this game. Majority of people who buy this game don't care about esports. Just saying. But for those of you who do like esports, sorry, not sorry. Modern Warfare don't care either. The big news is that Hardpoint named in leaked list of unavailable COD Modern Warfare modes. And if you don't know what that means, because I didn't know what it means, I had to talk to 402 Thunder about this to tell me what was happening, because I don't follow esports and didn't realize this, but Hardpoint is like one of the biggest, most sweatiest, most important, I guess, modes for Call of Duty, like Call of Duty in general, and for esports. Like all the COD nerds like Optic Scumpy and I don't know any esport. Clayster, maybe? I don't know who these kids are. I don't care. They do a lot of Adderall, probably eat too much Chipotle and drink way too much G Fuel. Gamer dorks really are upset about this. Like, they're super duper not Cooper excited about this. So the fact is that Hardpoint is not in there, and Hardpoint is one of the main modes for esports, like for Call of Duty. So they don't really care about it, man. Like, don't care.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care, still don't care.
And it's the developers have been saying for the longest time, Modern Warfare developers suggest esports took the fun out of Call of Duty. And, that sort of comes in line with this topic right here that just got the other day, was that Hardpoint is not in the game because, honestly, like they said, devs suggest esports took the fun out of Call of Duty. They're talking about weapon balancing. Smith is Infinity War's co-designer, director, and one of the many former Infinity War developers who returned to the studio having worked on Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare 2. In an interview with PlayStation Magazine, Smith blamed trying to super balance everything for taking the fun out of recent entries in the series. Which is kind of weird, though, because Modern Warfare, the beta, seemed to have like a lot of issues with like imbalanced guns, but not in a good way, like not fun balance. Like the shotguns, for example, ranked them all the way up. They felt cool, like they sounded really cool, but they actually didn't do anything. It was sort of just more or less like, well, a water gun, a super soaker. It didn't actually do anything. They're horrible unless you're like this close to someone. Then maybe like, oh my god, I actually got a one-shot kill. And the carbine, the 30-30 Winchester gun, which is sort of like a one-shot, sort of almost like a the old KSG from Black Ops 2 like, with a big slug, or it was so inconsistent as well. Like, they honestly need to pump up all the weapons again. Like, the assault rifles are pretty good. Of course, the M4A1 was awesome. The SMG little MP5 was pretty awesome, and but everything else besides that, the sniper rifles are pretty OP if you don't mind. Like, the quickscoping was slow on that, so that's cool. But they were still a one shot. You know, you hit the guy in the freaking pinky and he drop out of the sky. But yeah, the shotguns and the other weapons, they really need to be buffed up. Like, for sure, they need to pump them up and give them some freaking Mexican stimulants. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the video is not over yet. We still have to deal with Spec Ops, because Spec Ops released a new trailer today. They have new information about the PS4 exclusivity, about what Xbox gets, and it looks pretty cool. I'm not a big Spec Ops guy. I might give it a try. This game looks really good. It feels really good. So Spec Ops might be, you know, a fun mode. All right, so Call of Duty Modern Warfare Special Ops reveal, new details, trailer, and more. All right, background. A greater evil has taken over the Eastern Hemisphere, and it's up to you, the Global Alliance Armistice, a joint force of allegiance coalition operatives led by Kate Laswell, CIA, Equality, and Sergeant Kamarov, FSB, to stop and severe a global terror organization access to weapons, funds, intelligence, and hardware. Mode details. Special Ops mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare is an extension of the game's campaign mode. As noted when the game was originally announced, the narrative aspect of the campaign carries over across the game. This mode is available on all platforms and is reimagined as a collection of expansive, interconnected operations against a new and encroaching threat. Players will assemble into strike teams of 4 to execute multi-phase objectives. Strike Force, which together will advance the overarching story of Modern Warfare. Oh my god, you guys get hyped for Spec Ops! In this mode, enemies will be reacting to the decisions of your squad, which means that the outcome of the battles can be different based on how your squad plays the mode. Call of Duty Modern Warfare will launch with 4 multi-stage operations in the game on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Activision says that more operations will be released throughout the post-launch seasons. The game modes feature both operations and missions. Woo! Okay, we have a trailer. Shall we watch it? Yes, we shall. Let's rock it.
Verdansk runs on a black market.
These new weapons give Alcatel the power to turn acts of terror into acts of war.
The new evolution of Special Ops.
We're launching a multilateral force to hunt AQ's new leader and contain this threat while we still...
Dude, this is kind of sick, not gonna lie. 4-player co-op on a massive scale.
Your mission is to find, fix, and finish off high-value targets of the AQ network in Verdansk.
These HVTs are powerful, well-connected.
What?
They all serve one new master.
Looks pretty badass. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty badass. Keeping it real, that looks dope. Oh no. Man. Dude, that ending there, you guys know what that was about, don't you? You don't? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Figure it out for yourself. Bam! It all seems like, you know what, good news right now. And to close this video, I just want to also hit you with a little bit of a commentary here about my opinion on Call of Duty. And you know what, I am hard on the game. 110% very hard in the game. But I love the game. I love to hate the game and I hate to love the game. It's a love-hate relationship. Call of Duty is and always will be the game for me. It was the only game I ever played when I was younger, when I was playing multiplayer. The first game I ever played multiplayer with. So I have high expectations. So a lot of dorks in the comment section like to say, like, oh my thoughts, you're just hating on the game. Stop complaining about it. I don't think it's complaining. I think I'm trying to make it better. I think I'm voicing the opinion of a lot of people. I think I speak for the large majority of people who play this game. And I just want to make the Call of Duty great again, to quote the amazing white boys, 7th Street. And I would just like the franchise to be fun, and I want it to be the best it can be. Join the army. You know what? So I'm going to always be on this game's ass. I'm always going to be talking about it. I'm always going to be getting mad at it. And I'm also at the same time going to love it. It's like I like the game, I hate the game, and I love to talk about the game. And I just, enjoy the whole thing, whether it be good or bad. Talking about it negatively or being positive about it. And I hope Modern Warfare is good. That's really what I'm saying. And the news today, man, it seems like it could be good, right? But it's never going to be what it was. You're not going to be able to relive the past. You can't go back and just, relive a moment for the first time over again, if that makes any sense. So anyways, just wanted to clear that up a little bit. I'm looking forward to Modern Warfare, but I'm always trepidatious, and I'm always going to be hard on it. I'm going to be tough with it. Why would I be nice to it? Hell no. I don't get any free COD points from Activision. Can't buy my opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, with all that being said, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is 8 Thoughts. If you're still watching at this point, thank you for sticking around. Appreciate it. I'm pretty sure it's a long video. Smash that like button if you're still here for the support of the Alpha Male Elite Call of Duty athlete. And subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed. But most importantly, and last but not least, my pedigree chums, you all.
Stay block. Know what the honky cracker and play shapes after building a moon base, heartless brain, chemtrails, and I live with such on school, Tower 7, the beaming road where shells was flat, moonlight was fake, all the Joes Bill Hicks, Florida turned the promise game. White men, in you go.
Peace out, guys. Thank you as always. See you again on the next one.